A government company is just like a normal company. So what is the difference between a normal company and government company? If we see that how it is formed, then the company is formed just like we have discussed in our previous chapter, that is forms of business organizations, and in that chapter we had done that the company is formed by a specific procedure and we have to follow that procedure to form a company. So while forming a company, number of documents we have to file, just like memorandum of association, article of association and some other documents. So these documents are submitted to the registrar and registrar notice all the things and then he give certificate of incorporation to the company. Then a private company can start its business just after taking certificate of incorporation, but a public company cannot start its business after receiving certificate of incorporation. Two more steps he has to follow after receiving certificate of incorporation from the registrar. These two steps are issuing the prospectus and capital subscription that we have done in our last lectures. So after these two stages, a company gets certificate of commencement of business, and after receiving this, a public company can also start its business. So a public company issues shares for its capital. So if a public company issues shares, then all the shares are issued to public. That's why public invest money in the public company. So a limited word is used after the name of a public company, whereas private limited word is used after the name of private company. So what is the difference between government company and public or private company? So if we want to see the difference is in capital. If suppose this is the capital of private company or public company, then the capital of 51% or more percentage should be with government if a government company is there. So if a company is government company, then 51% or more shares will be with government. So the investment will be by government, and the 49% and less shares will be by the public, normal public. So public will invest these 49% or less shares in the government company. So both government and public, they are participating in the capital of a government company. Hello students, today's topic is government company, and today we will do advantages and disadvantages of government company. In last lesson we have already discussed the meaning and features of government company. So today we are moving towards advantages and disadvantages. So let us see what are the advantages first. The first advantage is easy formation. So it is easily formed. How it is easily formed? Just I have told you that the company is formed first, maybe it's private company or public company. So it is converted into government company. How? When government is sharing 51% or more shares. So if government is investing, then it will become government company. But the formation is very easy because It is formed under the Companies Act 2013, just like we have already discussed in private company or public company, as we have done while doing these two topics. So, if it is easily formed, Companies Act 2013 will apply, and all the provisions which are discussed in this act, Companies Act 2013, all the provisions will apply too. So this is the criteria for formation of a company. Beyond this criteria, these companies cannot run. So if we see here, one act was 1956. That was also Companies Act 1956, and now it has replaced into Companies Act 2013. So nowadays, according to this act, the companies are formed. So a government company can be a public company or a private company. It is not necessary that a government company will be a private company. It can be private company too or public company too. So a government company, sometimes some person think that it will be public company only, but it can be private company also. So the public company and private company concepts are clear to you. If you want to see it once again, then you can see from the last video lessons. Next is autonomy in operations. What is the meaning of autonomy in operations? Autonomy means free. They are free while doing their operations. They can do their operation as they like. So the government company has autonomy in operation. So there is no interference from outside, from government. So independent rules are there. According to their rules, they have built up, they do workings, and autonomy in operations is there. Next we have flexibility. So what is flexibility? Flexibility means changes. If we want to change any rule of the government company, it is possible, because it is with the consent of the board of directors the rules are formed, and the rules are implemented also with the help of government, with the help of board of directors. And these board of directors, the members of the board of directors will be from government as well as from public. That means private persons can also be government board of directors. So the directors can be from private persons, and the change in the rules are possible. The flexibility is possible. So if we want to change any rule of the government company, the rules can be changed. Next is quick decision. As we know, there is no interference of government. So quick decision is there because no unnecessary formalities are there. Board of director is there, and board of director, they all do whatever the rules of the government company, and following these rules they do everything in the government company, and unnecessary formalities are not there. So if we want to apply something, it can be easily applied, and board of director if sanction this. So red tapeism is not there, meaning thereby that something that we can't do is not there in the government company. Everything is possible. Heap of files are not there in the government company. The next is easy financing. The finance can be provided easily. How the finance is provided in the government company? The government provides finance, and as well as public is investing in this government company. So if public is investing, so if government is investing 51%, then public is also investing 49%. So no problem of finance and easy financing is there, and they can borrow from public too. Next is benefit of private participation. What it means, the board of directors, we know, because 51% are from government, then government choose the board of directors, as well as 49% is from public. So private persons are also the board of, can also be the board of directors. So the private persons as well as appointees by government, they can be the board of directors. Both are the board of directors, and benefits of private participation is there. That means private participation is also possible. Private participation means the public privately, they can also participate, and they can also choose their representatives, and the representative make board of directors, and the board of directors means they have benefits of private participation. So if we see once again, easy formation is there, क्योंकि ये कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 के अकॉर्डिंग है, और उसकी जितनी भी प्रोविज़न है वो यहाँ अप्लाई होंगी। गवर्नमेंट कंपनी पब्लिक कंपनी भी हो सकती है और प्राइवेट कंपनी भी हो सकती है। तो अगर हम ये सोचें कि पब्लिक कंपनी ही सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी हो सकती है, तो ये रॉन्ग है। एक प्राइवेट कंपनी भी गवर्नमेंट कंपनी हो सकती है। ऑटोनॉमी इन ऑपरेशन, कुछ भी अगर ऑपरेशंस हैं, कुछ भी वर्किंग्स हैं, तो उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट कंपनी फ्री होती है, कोई भी इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होता। फ्लैक्सिबिलिटी है, रूल्स चेंज हो सकते हैं, कुछ भी चेंजेस लाने हो तो उसके लिए पॉसिबिलिटी है। क्विक डिसीजंस हैं, क्योंकि फ्लैक्सिबिलिटी है, देन फ्लैक्सिबिलिटी है तो क्विक डिसीजंस हैं। दैट मीन्स कि अगर हमने कुछ अप्लाई करना है तो फॉर्मेलिटीज़ नहीं होंगी, एंड और हमारे पास ऐसा भी नहीं है कि फाइल्स में वो सारी चीज़ें पेंडिंग होके रह जाएंगी, वो प्रोसेसिंग में ही रह जाएंगी, ऐसा नहीं होगा। तो क्विक डिसीजंस है। इजी फाइनेंसिंग है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट और पब्लिक दोनों ही फाइनेंस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट कंपनी को। सो इजी फाइनेंसिंग इज देयर। देन बेनिफिट ऑफ प्राइवेट पार्टिसिपेशन इज देयर, बिकॉज बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स के जो पर्सनस हैं, डायरेक्टर्स हैं, वो दोनों गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट पर्सन्स दोनों हैं। गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंटीज भी हैं, कुछ अपॉइंटमेंट्स गवर्नमेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली होती हैं, देन कुछ प्राइवेट पर्सन्स भी होते हैं। सो दीज आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी। नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट आर द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी। फर्स्ट इज इनकम्प्लीट ऑपरेशनल ऑटोनॉमी। सो operations are freely done in government company. This is the one side, as we have discussed in advantages of government company. But incomplete operational autonomy, how it is there? So if we talk about total capital, the total capital is by government or public, both. The 51% or more share is by government and 49% or less by public. So all the board of directors, all the directors from board of directors, they are appointed by government as well as public. So government, if we talk about this, all the directors that are appointed by government, they belong to different ministries. वो अलग अलग मिनिस्ट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं। तो गवर्नमेंट कोई भी मिनिस्ट्री के अपना रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बना के उनको बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर में इंक्लूड कर देती है। बट वो मिनिस्ट्री चेंज होने पे जो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं, वो मिनिस्ट्री चेंज होने की वजह से उनकी पोजीशन चेंज होती रहती है। सो इनकम्प्लीट ऑपरेशनल ऑटोनॉमी इज देयर। दैट मीन्स they do work, board of directors work, they make rules, but because of government interference, because of change in the ministry every time, what happens? Incomplete operational autonomy is there. So the same point I have told you earlier also, that you can write the same point in advantages, or we can use it in as features also, but the description will be different. So take it note that take a note of it, that if you are using any point in advantages, then take the positive points, and then if you are taking the disadvantages, then take these negative points of the concept. So no continuity in policies. How it is there? If we talk about that ministry change, so ministry to ministry, these ministries change from time to time. So by the changes in the ministry, all the policies by one ministry change according to the other one. So the policies that are framed by one ministry will not be according to the policies formed by other ministry. एक मिनिस्ट्री कुछ पॉलिसीज बनाएगी, बट मिनिस्ट्री चेंज हो जाने की वजह से वो पॉलिसीज अप्लाई नहीं होंगी, तो कॉन्टीन्यूटी नहीं होता। दैट मीन्स कि एक फंक्शन अगर कोई चल रहा है, गवर्नमेंट कंपनी में कुछ पॉलिसी चल रही है, कुछ वर्किंग्स चल रही हैं, बट मिनिस्ट्री चेंज होने की वजह से वो इंटरफेरेंसेस रहते हैं, तो उसमें एक कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रहती। दैट मीन्स एक कॉन्टीन्यूटी नहीं रहती, तो एक स्थिरता नहीं होती उसमें। लैक ऑफ प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी। सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस? लैक ऑफ प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी। Board of directors are there. We know that different members are from government as well as from public. So if we talk about government, if we talk about the board of directors from the government side, no proficiency is there. So if we think that if every member is efficient to do everything, this is not possible. So lack of professional efficiency is there. Fear of public accountability. So every time board of directors, they report to parliament, and then parliament, what happens, board of directors, they don't take any risky decision. Why? Because they think that they should not be take risky decisions, because they will be responsible for anything. So they whenever they represent report to the parliament, nothing will be applied. If nothing will be decided, then board of directors will not take risky decisions. So risk is a part of business. If risk is not there, so business will not work accordingly. So if they report to parliament, then what happens? A government company, then its process goes down and down and down, because they don't take risk, and risk is the part of business. So instead of becoming a business undertaking, the government company becomes a government organization. So it goes down and down. So if we see once again, incomplete operational autonomy है, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द कैपिटल जो है गवर्नमेंट के पास है, जो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं वो भी गवर्नमेंट के हैं, तो जो मिनिस्ट्री होगी वो चेंज होती रहती हैं, देन मिनिस्ट्री चेंज होती रहती हैं, तो क्या होगा कि एक ऑपरेशनल ऑटोनॉमी जो है वो नहीं रहती, वो इनकम्प्लीट होती है, क्योंकि मिनिस्ट्री चेंज होने की वजह से जो रूल्स हैं एप्लीकेबल होंगे वो अलग अलग मिनिस्ट्रीज़ के होंगे। देन नो कंटिन्यूटी इन पॉलिसीज, सेम इज हियर। अगर मिनिस्ट्री चेंज हो रही है तो उनकी पॉलिसीज ही नहीं एक दूसरे से मैच करेंगी। नेक्स्ट इज लैक ऑफ प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी। अगर बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं, देन बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंट एंड पब्लिक सेक्टर दोनों में से हैं, पब्लिक में से भी हैं, वो गवर्नमेंट में से भी हैं, बट वो इतने एफिशिएंट नहीं हैं, प्रोफेशनल्स नहीं हैं, एफिशिएंट नहीं हैं, उनमें स्किल्स नहीं हैं जो एक कंपनी को रन करने के लिए चाहिए। दैट फियर ऑफ पब्लिक अकाउंटेबिलिटी, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ऐसे डिसीजन ही नहीं लेती जिनमें रिस्क हो. सो अगर रिस्क नहीं लेते दैट मीन्स कि वो बिजनेस अच्छे से नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो नॉर्मली वो एक ऐसे फंक्शन करते रहते हैं, नॉर्मल वे में एक कंपनी को चलाते रहते हैं, एंड जो रिपोर्ट पार्लियामेंट में वो प्रेजेंट करते हैं तो वो रिपोर्ट नॉर्मल पेश करते हैं. देन पार्लियामेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली जो गवर्नमेंट कंपनी है, अगर हम देखें गवर्नमेंट कंपनी की एक पोजीशन, एक स्टेटस है, वो टूवर्ड्स डाउनवर्ड चला जाता है. तो गवर्नमेंट कंपनी एक बिजनेस अंडरटेकिंग नहीं रह जाती. सो दीज आर द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी.